pledge allegiance to the flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Donnie, would you lead us in a prayer?
Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you, Lord, for another day you give us, God. We ask, Lord, that you just be with us, Lord. We ask, Lord, that you just look over or watch over our country, Lord, our county, Lord. We ask this in your precious name, and amen.
Amen.
Can you do roll call, please?
Eric Gilfrey,
Here.
Donnie Keaton,
Here.
Tommy Fannin,
Here.
Brandon Evans, Roy Phipps,
Here.
Jim Day.
Here. Go along with the reading of the minutes. After your review, I'll entertain a motion.
What about the minutes from the special meeting? Is it on there too?
They should be on there.
I may have overlooked it.
I got two.
There's two attachments, sir.
There's two
Oh,
attachments.
there's two attachments? Oh, there it is, yeah.
It's a Word document. I didn't
Yeah,
take
that's
the
okay.
time to make it a PDF.
Well,
He says he can't. He can't hear. Do we need to?
You can't hear us? No. Can you hear me now? All right.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
We have a motion on the floor. That's been properly seconded to approve the minutes of the last meeting and the special call meeting. Any amendments, discussion? There being none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Moving along, treasurer's report.
Okay, first up we have 5A, which is financial statement. We have included 3 attachments for you all to view. The first one is the reconciled financial statement for 1/31/25. We have also included a revenue condition report and an appropriation condition report, which shows in detail that summarized financial statement. And if you have any questions, just let me know. We'll just need approval for that financial statement.
Make a motion to approve the financial statement.
I'll second it.
Motion on the floor, properly seconded to approve the financial statement as presented. Questions, discussion? There being none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, moving on to 5B, which is budget amendment. This will be fiscal year 25 budget amendment number 8, the first reading. I have included an attachment for y'all to view there as well. We have several line items that will have an additional amount of revenue come in on the budget. As you can see, I can read those for you. There'll be real estate taxes, excess fees to the sheriff, FEMA reimbursement, permit fund refund, ADF grant reimbursement, emergency money, driver's licensing, county road aid, election expense reimbursement, legal process tax, jail medical allotment, recoupment, jail costs, wellness center, cruising t-shirts, old jail tours, insurance claims, reimbursements, animal shelter donations, CAECO dividends, opioid settlement, and interest. We have would like to amend those over for the sheriff's additional excess fees of $43,951.07 into the appropriation line item for their excess fees. We also $5,545.60 of opioid funding to go into the appropriation for the opioid funds. And all the other line items will go into the reserve for transfers in the general fund of $161,762.11. Reserve for transfers in the road fund, which will be $146,671.78. And in the jail fund, reserve for transfers $1,270.50, making a total for this amendment $359,201.06. And this will just be the first reading of budget amendment number 8. If you have any questions, just let me know.
I'll make a motion to approve the first reading of the budget amendment number 8 as presented.
We don't need a motion on the first reading, do we?
No, I don't think
We
we
don't?
do.
Not on the first reading, just on the second.
Do we need to move along to
Move on,
Move
yeah,
on?
get
Okay.
my rolling.
Okay, we'll move on to 5C, budget transfers. This will be budget transfers number 7 in the amount of $24,800. A few of the line items in our general and road fund are needing some additional funding. Judicial Center Pest Control, $500. Solid Waste Telephone, $600. Horse Park Electric, $700. We would like to transfer those from the reserve into those appropriations. Also in the road fund, our salt, $14,000, tires and tubes, $5,000, and uniforms, $4,000, and that will be a total of $23,000 from the road fund reserve, making the total budget transfers $24,800. We'll just need approval for that. Those transfers.
I'll make a motion that we approve budget transfer number 7.
I'll second it.
Motion on the floor, properly second to approve budget transfer number 7 as presented. Questions, discussion? There being none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Keep on going.
Okay, we'll move along to 5D, which is interfund cash transfers. This is interfund cash transfer number 7. This is a budgeted transfer from the general fund to the jail fund for operations. It's in the amount of $76,310, and I have included an attachment for you all to view there as well. We'll just need approval to transfer those funds from the general into the jail.
I'll make a motion to approve the interfund cash transfer as presented.
I'll second it.
Motion on the floor, properly second to approve interfund cash transfer number 7 as presented. Questions, discussion? There being none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, moving along to 5E, which is Treasurer's Periodic Checklist. We usually bring this to the court each month. This is just a checklist of important tasks that are being completed by myself and then double checked by the finance officer, Vicki Lewis. We have included that attachment for you all to view. This is just the tasks that are being completed throughout the month for retirement, Kentucky sales tax reports and payments, payrolls 1, 2, and 3, our bond payments, our sales tax reports, restaurant tax, and our self-pay insurance. Also, our Form 941 to the IRS, city and county local tax, unemployment reports, W-2s, 1099s, workers' comp filing, and our K-3. That's just all information for the court to make sure those are being completed on a timely basis. And that's all I have for the treasurer's report. It's not.
All right, judges reports up next. A couple of grants has been applied for. Applied for a recycling grant through Gateway Ad. This is a regional grant in which, if we get it, we'll get a 1-ton truck, a forklift, an aluminum can compactor, and a cardboard baler out of that. And plan is to hopefully go down to the old garage, county garage, and use that as a recycling place. I think Water District would be amenable to turning that back over to us, which we was wanting to do anyway. So, Wildland Fire Grant, that's another regional grant. With that, we'll have to create a regional strategic plan for wildland fires. I've already got one written for the county, so when we get into that, I'll be bringing that to the court next. Updates at the Wellness Center. As everybody knows, the court stripping is done, but next we got to get the basketball goals lined up. So there'll be a company coming in probably this coming week to look at that and line those goals up with the new court design. We got 3 volleyball courts. All of them are AAU approved for sanctioned games. And we got 3 pickleball courts, which again, good for sanctioned games. We got 3 basketball courts now instead of 4. Now you can do a 3-point shot, not go out of bounds. And 2 of those are not AAU sanctioned. That might be for middle school, but not for high school. The one that goes to the center will have to buy 2 motorized basketball goals. I think I showed Eric that. Well, you didn't get a chance to walk with us that day, did you? But we'll put one on the north and the south end motorized, so we'll lift up, and so they can play across the courts. Next up after that, I'm working with Summit Engineering on this. Upstairs, we're going to make the upstairs more family friendly. Where that upstairs was never designed for kids up there. Just this past week, we had a child got up there and got away and started throwing dumbbells over the side on the new court. So that's why we got that restriction up there right now. So, but once we get this sectioned off, we're going to take that weight equipment, move that over to one section, and put a fence around it for adults only, so kids can't get in there. And that's kind of be the adult section where the gym will be. We're taking that wall out. The track, which was not supposed to be designed to go through the middle of a gym, that'll be going straight now, especially after that wall comes out. And they may have to walk a couple more laps to get their mile in, but it's still doable. And plus, we're having accidents where they have to make that sharp turn. There's people spilling out there. Miles knows what that's like.
Yeah, I'm saying that's a good idea.
Yeah. See what else we got going on up there. Oh, also from the railing up, there's going to be a net that will go from the railing up to the ceiling. That'll keep the balls from coming up and hopefully help with kids who like to crawl up on the rails and help with that. So we'll have a safety net up there too. What else is going on the second floor? We designed the track, have it all fenced off, and we got the hometown craft fair. That's coming this Saturday, March 1st, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Hometown Craft Fair. Other things going on at the Wellness Center, we started working on the splash pad with Summit Architects and Engineering. We got the splash pad moved back from where it was originally put out a little bit closer to the Wellness Center now. It looks like it's part of the design of the Wellness Center. Took the amphitheater out, and so instead, we're going to put in a family section so parents can go out there and sit underneath the tent or whatever they decide to put up there, whatever we look at. And so they'll be able to sit there and watch the kids play, and there'll be some picnic tables out there as well. And then it'll be closer to the wellness center so they can go back and forth to the bathroom in there. FEMA has declared a disaster for the February 14th weather event. It'll include individual assistance and public assistance. Citizens that want to apply for the federal individual assistance, they can go on disasterassistance.gov, or they can learn more about it at FEMA.gov/disaster/4860, which is the number for that weather event. So once again, for individual assistance, disasterassistance.gov or FEMA.gov/disaster/4860, and that'll be also on our judge's office page. And that's all I got. Any questions?
You heard anything, what's gonna happen with all the trees from the ice storm?
Yes. We're meeting with FEMA and AEM Tuesday at 9 a.m. And then to discuss all that, we're looking at, that's probably anywhere from a $200,000 to $800,000 job to go around and get all those trees in. That's just the county roads. I was driving around looking at some of the states. This is bad. It's going to be a mess to clean up. But we are doing that. I'm pushing to have local contractors do it. I think they offered some sort of national contractor like we used before. I don't want to get back in that mess again. I'd rather we use local contractors here in Morgan County and surrounding counties rather than.
Will that go out to bid? Will that go out to
They
bid?
go out for bid.
I heard Johnson County's using private contractors.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot easier. So I will be meeting with them 9 a.m. Tuesday morning. Finish that. We've already had a couple of meetings with them. I'm also going to try, my ideal out of that is to go ahead and pre-purchase a chipper, a log splitter, and what was the other thing? Ditcher. A couple of ditchers. FEMA's looking to see they might go ahead and pay. If we go ahead and pay for it in advance and use economic development money, then they'll go ahead and reimburse us for it, maybe up to 80%. So I'm going to talk to them about that on Tuesday too. That'd be a good way for us to be able to get some more roads equipment and get reimbursed for it by FEMA. So we'll discuss that on Monday too, or Tuesday. Any other questions?
So FEMA will reimburse for equipment like that after a disaster?
Mm-hmm. Should have been doing that all along. You know how to play the game with them.
Will they do it for a dump truck? Okay, we need that.
They won't do it, I already asked. But we got another plan for the dump truck we're working on.
Okay, we need some.
We need it. Any other questions? Move along to the review of WEX and Elon building.
We have included several attachments for you all to view for the WEX and Elon billing statements. The first one is the fuel log for the sheriff's office. We also have an attachment in detail for that monthly report for January. We also have included the WEX invoice statement with itemized employee per gallon, per purchase, and by day. We have also included a fuel log that identifies each employee and the gallons and the amount of fuel that was used for the month. And lastly, we have also included the financial or the February statement for the Elon credit card, and it shows in detail each purchase and the amount. And we will just need, after you all have time to review those, to ratify prior period expenditures for WEX and Elon. If y'all have any questions, just let me know.
I'll make a motion to ratify the prior period expenditures for WEX and Elon Financial Services.
I'll second.
We have a motion on the floor to ratify prior period expenditures for WEX and Elon Financial Services. It's properly second. Any questions or discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Moving along, approval to use credit card for Grant Watch. There's a service out there called Grant Watch, and it gives us access to a lot of the grants. I know Gateway Ed, they usually play the bigger grants in the hundreds of thousands, but this gives us access to a lot of the other grants, like foundational grants, grants from the University of Kentucky and places like that. It's about $199, right,
For a year.
whole year, and it gives us access to all those grants, and a lot of it we were missing actually. And, I'd like to go ahead and get approval to go ahead and use that service so we can start applying to some of those, especially they have recreational grants on there, which is hard to come by. There's hardly ever any recreational grants. And I was on the other day looking and under their 7-day free trial, and there was quite a few, so I'd like to get permission to use that. And also, we use SHRM.org. We used it last year, and it's been very helpful, especially now we're doing the weekly job with Gateway Ad on going through our admin code. And how many pages do we get through? Maybe 10 or 12 every Friday. And SHRM's been helping us with that, especially the forms and stuff like that. So I'd like to get approval to get that again for another year as well. That keeps us out of trouble as well with the HR lawyers.
We would just like to ask for approval to use the Elon financial credit card to make those 2 online purchases.
I'll make a motion to use the Elon credit card for those 2 purchases.
I'll second it.
Motion on the floor, Smith properly second for approval to use Elon financial credit card for the purchase of the GrantCom and SHRM.org. Questions or discussion? There being none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Incentive pay.
Okay, we have received 5 letters in regards to the required 40 hours of annual training for 2025. We received a letter for Jailer Jimmy Darrell Easterling, Tommy Fannin, Donnie Keaton, Eric Pelfrey, and Leroy Phipps. They have all completed their required 40 hours of training for 2025, and they are eligible for their incentive pay. I think that we'll have to probably divide these up. It should work out the way we've got it on here. So we received them all, so we wanted to go ahead and get them on there and get them presented for approval. I think if we do approval of Jimmy Darrell Easterling, Tommy Fannin, and Donnie Keaton in the first round, and then we'll do the second one for Eric and Leroy. And I have also included an attachment for all those letters on the side if you all want to review those. But we have just received those in.
So first off, we'll start out. I'll entertain a motion for the Jailer James, Master Tommy, and Master Donnie.
I'll make a motion that we approve the incentive pay for Jimmy Darrell Easterling, Tommy Fannin, and Donnie Keaton.
Good. There you go.
We have a motion on the floor. It's been properly second to approve the required 40 hours of annual training for Jailer James Easterling, Master Tommy Fannin, and Master Donnie Keaton. Questions or discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
Abstain.
Motion carries. Next, I'll entertain a motion for approval of required 40 hours of annual training for Master Eric Pelfrey and Master Leroy Phipps.
I'll make a motion to approve the training incentive pay for Eric Pelfrey and Leroy Phipps.
I'll second it.
Motion on the floor has been properly second to approve the Required 40 hours of annual training for 2025 for Magistrate Eric Pelfrey and Magistrate Leroy Phillips. Questions or discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Abstain.
You got that in there.
Yeah, take that off.
Okay, additionally, we are also requesting permission from the court for the treasurer and finance officer to participate in the training incentive program, to be go to the trainings and be able to get the 40 hours of required annual training pending DLG approval.
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer and finance officer to participate in the training incentive program.
I'll second.
You got it. All right. We have a motion on the floor, properly second, for approval for the treasurer and finance officer participating in the training incentive program. Questions or discussion? There being none, all in favor?
This is something fairly new.
Yes, you get approval from the court and then you submit it into DLG, and pending approval by them, then they'll send you the information.
Okay.
Yes, this is just the first step.
Any other questions? There being none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Consumer Price Index?
We have received a packet for the Consumer Price Index, which we call CPI, this year. It is 2.9%. I have several documents and letters attached on that as well, but we will just need approval for the 2.9% Consumer Price Index. If y'all have any questions?
I'll make a motion to approve the 2.9 Consumer Price Index for magistrates and coroner effective January 1st, 2025.
I'll second it.
The one that
It was like identical, the same.
It doesn't matter. It'll be
It
a
was
Donnie
either
one.
Donnie or Brandon, either one.
Donnie,
Second it.
I'll go for it.
Brenda's got it. All right, we have a motion on the floor. It's been properly seconded for the approval of the 2.9% Consumer Price Index for magistrates and the coroner effective January 1st, 2025. Questions or discussion? Being none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Next up, Conley Branch. Approval to take Conley Branch into the county road system. I believe we discussed this before. Donnie had something earlier, right?
Yeah, I thought we'd already done that.
No, we never did do it. We talked about it. Kim came to the court. We discussed it. He brought all the paperwork, and we put up the signs and all that.
No, I think the signs were lit.
I don't think we ever did it. So we're gonna have to do that. So we need to.
Yeah, he also told me that there's still a gate up that needs to be taken down.
I was up there the last weekend. It was up, but it was open.
There are two.
There's two. I know. I went through the first one, and then when I got to the second one, it was locked.
Yeah, so it needs to be,
Yeah.
it's on county road, so.
Oh, and the gentleman sold and moved out. So,
Oh, did he move out now?
well, the dogs are still there, but they said he moved. So he had someone come back to the dogs. So.
Well, I make a motion that we take Conley Branch into the county road system.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion on the floor. It's been properly seconded to take Conley Branch into the county road system, and that is with placing the signs up and doing all that to make sure we do that. Right there, Mr. Attorney, County Attorney.
I missed that for a second. What's going on? I seen the Conley Branch thing up. I thought we'd already done all
We never did finish
See,
it.
that's what I thought too.
All right.
No, we don't put signs up, take it in, do we?
To
Take them out.
I mean, I think that we advertised, didn't we talked about it last time. I thought that's when we voted to.
I don't think we voted, we tabled it, didn't we? We tabled it.
And this was the one where,
Up 172 on Conley Branch.
was it an easement or was it
Yeah, they brought it in, he brought it.
Yeah.
yeah, I saw, I
Kim
mean, I
brought the
see it.
easement
I
in.
was
That's
trying
the
to think.
easement.
I thought we had voted that in.
Well,
That's
that's
the
what I thought.
easement. We got water lines and everything went up through there.
Yeah. And I thought we voted, I
Yeah,
don't
we
know
did.
the exact record.
We never did finish it up.
And I assumed. take it in. I mean, I would, as an attorney, I would always err on the side of caution. I know that the signs within the 1 mile radius of the thing is to take them out. I don't know specifically that it says you're gonna add this. Do we put it in the paper at all or anything?
We've done that
Just
in the
in
past.
the minutes.
Just in the
That's all
minutes.
we've done. And then, of course, I go through the process, reporting to the city, to Gateway Ed, they carry it on to the state.
Yeah.
I'll need the length and width and all that.
Yeah,
We'll send
there are
that.
2 gates, and one of them is open, and they've got a gate over the other part that needs to be taken.
If all that hasn't been done, I would say we wait and just vote on it next time. I'm sorry, I know Kim, he showed me that a long time ago. I thought this was an issue that already been handled.
No,
So-
they got,
Yeah.
The sheriff said if he gets papers, he would handle it himself, and he said he ain't gonna do anything till he gets papers.
Yeah. No, I'd say advertise it, in the paper, and then vote on it next time. I'm sorry about that, Kim. As I said, I thought this was taken care of a long time ago.
Okay.
so go ahead and withdraw your motion, Donnie?
Yeah.
Alright, motion withdrawn. Table
Well,
till,
you could say, make a motion to advertise it, or
yeah,
to say that we're gonna add this in next month or whatever.
actually
Then we can-
advertising.
We can put that in the paper and all that kind of stuff.
So the motion would be take county branch in upon advertising
Yes.
and doing the measurements of the road.
Yeah, go through the right process.
Alright, okay, we have a motion on the floor. It was properly second. Take county branch up into the county road system upon advertising it in the paper. How many times?
Well, you
Twice?
say consider, you just say consider it, you know. We're not gonna take it until next month.
Take it in next month, and we'll consider
So
taking it.
there, just put consider in front of all that.
Consider in front of all that. Consider taking it in upon advertising in the newspaper once or 2 weeks or 1 week.
Yeah.
2 weeks. We'll do 2 weeks just to make sure. And then we'll, and also make sure that we do the measurements. Questions or discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Ratify paid vendor claims.
Okay, the attachment is on there. These are all the vendor claims that have been paid since the last meeting, including the vendor claims that you approved at the last meeting. We just need those ratified.
Pages. I'll make a motion to ratify the paid vendor claims.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor, properly second to ratify paid vendor claims. Questions or discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. And to approve
Unpaid.
unpaid vendor claims.
We have 2 batches. We'll need 2 motions on this. So there are 2 attachments that shows all the vendor claims that are currently unpaid that we're obligated to pay.
We'll have a vendor claims A and a vendor claims B.
All right, 2 motions.
Yes.
I'll make a motion, we approve to pay for unpaid vendor claims A.
I'll second it.
Motion on the floor is properly second to approve unpaid vendor claims A. Questions, discussion? There being none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
I'll make a motion that we approve to pay unpaid vendor claims B.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor, properly second to approve unpaid vendor claims B. Questions, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
Motion carries. All right, I know we got some people here to talk to us tonight. Who wants to go first? Well, you're a shy bunch tonight. All right. Larry, would you come up here we got a microphone up here. You sure they're gonna pick you up back there?
I got a petition here to keep American Legion Road open, signed by the citizens around the area. There's 413 signatures to try to keep that road open, a county road. So I'll give these two.
Then Max just look at it. So you already checked it, make sure there's no double signatures or anything like that?
Well, I glanced over.
All
I
right,
didn't see anything stuck out.
all right.
Does, y'all got any questions for me?
And this is not an official,
Okay.
yeah. Something they did on their own, I guess.
Larry Williams.
Can I speak to that, Jim?
As soon as we get a look at that, you're next.
All right. I don't know this.
You're up.
I've got this, branch. Unfortunately, she's not here. She's a traveling nurse. She's in Montana. Doing hard workers. But any official discussion on this, I think it'd be proper to do it while she's here, the property owner. I just want to make sure I understood that this petition here, that it covers a third of a mile road.
That's all through
Hey,
the property.
Scott,
And then it dead
use
ends,
the microphone.
and then it dead ends into the national forest.
Is it on?
That's the thing that is. Hello?
Turn it on. Yeah, hit the switch. Show them how to do it for me. Stop about halfway down, back.
I'll just speak up. How's that? That work, Jim?
There we go.
But anyway, so we've actually, we had this road closed for 2 years from the forestry, put up a gate. Because it dead ends into the national forest. Understand that there are no motorized vehicles allowed in this section of the national forest. There is a map. It's the Cumberland District Motor Vehicle Use Map, maintained by the National Forest, that shows every single road, path, private property, anything that goes in the National Forest if it's approved for off-road vehicles. This road is not on it. This area is not on this map.
So has it always been on the map?
It's never been on the map.
It's a county road, so it's a county road. It's always been a county road.
No, you don't understand. It doesn't matter if it's a road. It could be a state road. It could be a county road. It could be any kind of road. It could be
So if the forestry declares Highway 7 out here untravelable, then nobody's allowed on.
No, sir. I'm saying in the boundary of the National Forest, they maintain a map. And you have to have approval from Washington, D.C. to be added to this map. So Michelle, the regional forest manager,
They
met,
land every day.
the forest manager met with Jim and Tommy on December 10th and explained this to them, that it's not on the map. Off-road vehicles are not allowed on there. They will never be allowed on there unless it's added to
She
the
didn't
map.
say anything
I
about
bought a
that.
farm 5 years ago. I bought a farm 5 years ago that joins Daniel Boone National Forest.
I'm sorry, sir?
I bought a farm 5 years ago that joins Daniel Boone National Forest.
Yes, sir.
They said they owned it.
I don't know, sir. I'm just telling you.
saying about a survey, they don't own it. They own everything for
I'm just telling you, in the National Forest boundary, it has to be defined on this map. Okay, and she told them that to get approval, you got to go through Washington, D.C. There would be permits required. There would be impact studies required because it is a sensitive natural wildlife area.
I would like to add that we have that on recording. It was an official meeting with Tommy Fannin, Jim Gazay, that we were with the district
He
ranger.
records all the meetings that he meets with us.
Yeah, I do.
He
When,
never even informs us that he's recording this, which is legal.
it is absolutely legal, and I really felt the need to for everything that's
I'm
been-
sure you did.
all the manipulation that's been happening.
Yeah, there's all kinds of manipulation.
So that aside, when we say,
Yeah, no, if you're gonna go there, I'm gonna go there too. The manipulation's coming from your side too.
I'm just
This
making.
gentleman right, he's opening up the door now. The
I'm just
manipulation.
I'm making a statement of fact.
You bought in Elliott County and put up a gate there.
Jim, I'm just stating a fact
Hey, you're opening up doors. That
that
sounds like a trend to me.
any OHV rights have to be on this map, and it's not. And
But
she told
forestry
you.
does not own that land.
I'm sorry.
Forestry doesn't own it.
Forestry does not own that
It
land.
doesn't matter, Tom.
Yes, it does matter.
It does not matter. If it's a county road, you have to get
How do you
approval
explain all these other county
The
roads?
county has
because
a
they're
deed for
they're
it.
on the map. I would say,
There must be a mistake. We've had that land since 1939.
but we have the map. I mean, if you guys want to see the map, you can see all the roads on it, and this is not on it. That's what I'm telling you.
I don't want to
No,
argue.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just one person at a time.
The overarching theme here is, and I know you're going to say no, but I have proof for all this. We have been refused due process to have our voice heard in the normal fiscal court process.
How did that happen?
Last time we talked about it, you guys got the timeline wrong. You said we have threatened you with attorneys. Take it however you want, but the timeline goes like we tried to get a meeting with you. We had a meeting scheduled, right, after that official meeting with the forestry. And then Michelle, the district ranger, she said, let's get a meeting.
Yeah, use the mic.
She said, the district ranger of the forest said, let's get a meeting with everyone so we can understand the situation. Meaning, every relevant agency, that's just her idea. We didn't bring this up. It was the forestry department. She sent an email out to 17 different officials on her request. And so she had a lot of people that were very difficult to get lined up for our situation because it's a complex situation. They have a little skin in the game. You guys have skin in the game. We have skin in the game, right? So she wanted to make sure everyone had a fair understanding of all this.
Mhm.
So she set this up. She spent an entire month doing this. And I hate to call you out, Jim, but you canceled the meeting
Yeah.
8 hours before it happened.
Yes, things happen.
Right. And that's okay.
My schedule changes daily.
Got it. Got it.
Sometimes a dozen
Things happen.
times
You're
before-
100% right, except for the fact that when things like that happen, we would expect, a reschedule. You ghosted us. We
Well,
have
she told me what the meeting was about, and after I looked at it, I didn't see.
right. So you ghosted us and haven't been able to contact you ever since. So there is the problem. We have not been able to have our voice heard.
That's because it became very. We
Became
got the
what?
cease and desist.
So
we got everything else.
because we couldn't get our voice with you. The main thing is here, the homeowner needs to be here at a meeting that's pertaining to this.
The homeowner's always gone.
Why do you think that is?
Because she works away.
Because
This
why?
is not even a homestead for her.
because we have to defend ourselves against our own county, so we have to pay extra fees for guidance. Okay, so what do you expect?
What do you expect? You got a road that the citizens of this county have been using for generations, and you want to shut it down?
Yeah, but the point is, if you go this third of mile road on a vehicle,
No, it's more. It's 4 miles.
on,
It's 4 miles.
I'm talking about the third of a mile
I don't care about
on
the
her
third of a mile.
property.
It's 4 miles.
But then
We
you
own
can't.
4 miles
But then
of
you
that road.
cannot take.
We own
Motorized
4 miles of that road.
vehicles
We
in-
own 4 miles of that
I
road.
understand. Jim,
You can
fine.
sit here and talk a third of a mile all day.
The forestry told you, not me. This isn't Scott. This is
Forestry
forestry.
hasn't told me jack about a third
They
of a mile.
told you a month.
They said you could
December
only
10th.
go a third of a mile because of the washout, which we can't get into fix because of the dang forestry gate was put up, which forestry tells me they didn't put up.
That's fine, Jim, but they did. We got proof. I mean, we got
What's your proof?
emails. We got emails from forestry
You got
and the previous
you're
judge
talking about the
executive.
gentleman who's putting up illegal gates
So-
all over the region.
so
He
you-
got fired and sent out of the county.
So
Sent
anyway,
away.
we're happy to have forestry represent. We're happy to do
Why
that.
aren't they here
But-
tonight?
Because every time we try to get them, you cancel.
I can't cancel them to come to this meeting.
You cancel last.
But anyway,
I'm talking about this meeting.
I'll send who wants this documentation on the map, and this is like a 20-page document, tells all the details. It specifically describes, no matter what it is, entry into the national forest, they have the ability to control. You can't control what happens.
How do you explain all this? Well, no, never mind.
Okay, so anyway, just
Never mind.
understand that is a fact. You cannot drive.
Before you get to your daughter's house or after?
No, it starts at the ravine at the end of a third of a mile.
Who declares that?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
You hit the nail on the head what I was going to ask. Forestry Service starts all the way down. If you look at the map, Chris Lacey owns property past your guy's property, past Darcy's property. He owns the next property over. Then Forest Service starts. Why did Forest Service just happen to put a gate at almost the beginning of a county road to block your property off and not go all the way to the end of where landowners own block Forest Service property?
Well, this was an agreement between the previous judge executive and forestry.
Did you bring that to the physical court?
I would love to see that.
We
You did?
our bad.
I got it.
Our bad. We didn't know. We didn't know. We were working in good faith with forestry and the judge executive, and that was the agreement, and that's what they did.
Was that voted on through fiscal court?
I guess not. I guess not.
We were new to the area. We didn't know how fiscal court worked. Yes, that's our fault.
We counted on it. We counted on it. It was in good faith, is all I can say. It's in good faith.
I would like to request that if we could just get a meeting with the homeowner here. I mean, that's all we ask.
Was she back in town?
Huh?
Was she back in town?
Well, but we would like to
I know she's
request.
going to be suspended.
I mean, we can't meet with her without her attorney. Okay, that's unethical.
We don't-
And those are more, they're called mediations. If you want to request a mediation, you can. If you want to request a meeting, you can. But no matter what the former judge executive said, it's illegal to grade road. It's illegal to put gravel on road and then say only you all can use this road. Only these one set of people can. A lot of people, they want the road up the holler and they want the road across the creek, and that's great and all, but with that comes public access. If Morgan County citizens pay for the upkeep of a road, then they should get to use it just the same as you all use it.
To where? Where are they gonna use it to?
Well,
There's one person living
even
on
if
this
it's a
road.
dead end.
There's one person living on this road. That's it. I mean, normally
You can't treat people
How many
differently.
people are sitting back here would like to use that road?
To where?
We have 413 signatures right here. Of people
Well,
who want to
first of all, that's not valid. You gotta have
I'm not
addresses.
saying they are, but
Okay.
the things that you say aren't really valid either because you're not the landowner. Just like you said that we need to bring her in, that's great. We're having a discussion, okay? And the discussion is, even if we wanted to, we can't say your daughter can drive on this road that we built and we own, but nobody else can. That's illegal. There's statutes against that.
If you're the last road on the street, you can't ask for that road to be removed from the county map.
That's
Okay, that is another issue. Let's go with that issue. So I think we've concluded the first part. Let's go to the second part. You say, well, maybe you can take it out. Yes. Okay. If the fiscal court said we think that it's more valuable to succumb to your demands, okay, than to do anything else, they could take it out of the system. But then here's what we have: it's still county land. It's still a public passageway. We still couldn't stop people from going through there. I mean, the only way that I would think that we could stop it would be to hold an auction and Morgan County say, we don't value this land anymore, we want to sell it to the highest bidder. And then take that, put it in the general fund.
And Miles, even at that, it's still a public passage.
In the end,
You buy, I mean, can I interject a little bit here? I deal with this pretty often. So, that road's been used, I know, since 1987, because I worked for the Competition Wildlife Turkey was over there. So, I mean, I know that it's been a public passageway in and out there, you know, and so I've been up in there, had complaints up in there, we've had, you know, issues up there. But, the fact of the matter is, even if the county didn't own it, and somebody else buys it, you buy the public passageway with it. I mean, you can't, we've had this happen here in the county where we've had people move in, and they come here and they try to cut off something that people are using, and me and Joe Bird have been out and walked lots of places. Me and Robbie we've dealt with, I mean, it looks to me like, and we're wasting a lot of time here talking about stuff. And these folks, everybody deserves a right to come in and voice their opinion.
Well, there's a
But the fact of the matter is, evidently, there's a deed. It's a county road, and it's been used for over 15 years as a public passageway. So there's three different ways in there. I'm not going to argue.
It's bought from the railroad company.
So, I mean,
We found some.
I've got a
there's
copy.
a question about that.
Brandon,
And what
I've
we
got
always
a
tell
copy of
everybody
that in
is,
the truck.
but we always tell everybody, it is what it is. You have to file a lawsuit and contest it. And it has to be decided in our circuit court then. That's the end result. That's the
Exactly.
way it has to be done.
Amen.
It's the only way I know it.
Thank you.
I mean, that's why.
No, he's absolutely right.
I absolutely agree with you. I
Okay.
absolutely agree. In the end, the community, if they want to, are going to file a lawsuit and it's going to be a public passageway. I mean, it was railroads for a very long time. And then in the 1930s, our forefathers, evidently, I don't know why this is doing this. Our forefathers thought it was very important for us to buy this 4 miles, evidently. I don't know why, until I went down there and took a look. And it's beautiful. I mean, we talk about the Red River Gorge, we talk about, Paintsville Lake, Cape Run. This is the best of all that. It's cliffs 150 feet high, it's pristine land. I mean, I don't see, usually when you see these places out in the country, dead roads and stuff, you see the trash and you see the beer cans or something.
Yeah.
I don't see
Oh,
that.
yeah.
We picked up a good 2 tons of trash out of
2
there.
years of our life picking up thousands of bags. It was a dump when we got.
Yeah.
It was a dump. And you're
Well,
saying, oh, this
why
is
did
convenient.
Why did you lie then?
You don't know.
Because we cleaned it.
You advertise this as being it's beautiful. And I agree with everything you say when you say that, because it is.
Where are we saying that?
But it's on your advertisements for Airbnb.
We've never had an Airbnb after the game.
No. I mean,
You had
did you
somebody out there
have a
who's
key
free
to
for
the
you.
gate? Did you have a key to the gate?
Of course, on the forestry
And you guys
So
could have
you had a
too.
key to Morgan
And you
County
guys
land.
could have
What do you
too.
mean you never had anybody after the
You
gate?
had a key to Morgan County land, but the judge.
I know you had people out there during Sorghum
You-
Fest.
But here,
Absolutely not. We got proof of
let
that.
me finish my speaking.
We can get into that, Jim. We can
So
get into that.
so anyway, this is a safety
Are you
concern,
kidding?
okay? There's been threats, there's been shots at the house overhead, trash, drugs.
All
kinds of stuff.
You're saying that's shots. I've lived here all my life, I've traveled it 1,000 times.
Sir, I'm talking, excuse me, you don't know somebody shot, how would you know somebody shot at your house, sir? Thank you. But anyway, so all we're asking for is an opportunity for my daughter to come present her case to the fiscal court, which, should be a no-brainer. Let the story be told, the whole story from the owner, and then let the fiscal court make a decision. That seems 100% the way it should be.
So you're
Put
asking,
the KRS.
what you want to ask is, so I get this right, out of our 60 feet, the final 10 feet that you haven't already taken, okay, you want us to cease and desist driving on that land that we've graded and we put gravel on.
You have
But
not.
at the
You
same
have not
time,
graded.
at the same
You have
time,
not.
you want to be able to drive.
You have not graded.
How do we get those culverts washed
You
out?
admit,
We put
it
them
was
in.
admitted that John Will had people come up there and graded to put gravel on.
They put a little.
And you're gonna disregard the tons that we put on there, that's why, that's how it does. I mean, it's just,
Nobody asked you.
But,
to put stuff on.
but anyway, the ask is like.
That's the, is that not correct?
My ask is to be able to present.
You gotta turn around.
You want us to stop using the
Sir,
last.
I'm just saying, we want the right to present to the fiscal court. That's all we're saying. That's it.
You're asking us not to use our land.
We don't
Wow,
stand.
you-
Sir, I'm asking you for an
That's
opportunity, which per the KFSs, if you read them, every citizen
Your
has
due
the
process
right.
is in court. You threatened us, so.
Nothing is in
you come here
court.
and you can continue
Not,
to-
Miles, nothing is in court.
I think the fact of the matter is it's a public passage road. I mean, you can't block it. If you want to block it, somebody would have to file a lawsuit to block it. I mean, now, it's up to the Forest Service. The Forest Motorized Vehicle Bingo, if they're concerned about that, then they will take that up with the county if people go past the 3/10 of a mile or whatever. Bobby and I know this firsthand, but if the Forest Service wants to talk to you, they will find you. Trust me. So, I'm just.
They talked to him. They did talk to him.
Okay, but they will come in, they will police it, they will
no, they won't.
do it.
They have 32 people down in the district, they can't.
Okay, well,
They already.
Well, let forestry talk for the forestry.
They already have.
They did. They
Let the
did.
EPA talk for the
Forestry
EPA.
came in and they were going to come in with 10 other people that had engineering, had wildlife, had all these other expertise that was
The
going to come
forester
in
did speak and they took the gate open, they opened the gate.
and meet.
Forestry told us they were done. They opened the gate up. Then after the cease and desist order, they were going to take the gate down. And
So the ask is,
They took it
can I
down.
get a motion? Can I get a motion to put my daughter on the agenda to present our case?
to do what? Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to come down there and put up signs that closes the road until we get the repairs done. If you want to bring a lawsuit, bring a lawsuit. I don't see any other answer to this.
I'm sorry, Jim. Repeat that.
If you want to bring a lawsuit next week or tomorrow, for safety reasons, I'm going to put roads closed due to maintenance, so nobody goes down in there. And then we're going to go down in there. We're going to fix that culvert, and we already got the materials to do it. Forestry Service is not objecting so far. If they want to come in and object, they can. We've been told by the streams who actually control, not the forestry, the streams people. You look into that. And they said we have more. They said we didn't even have to put a permit in. They said because it's a county road, we can go down there and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and put a permit in anyway,
Okay, and that's
just to make sure that I'm gonna do what's
I
right.
understand, Jim. So my question to the fiscal court is, so it sounds like you don't believe the fact that motorized vehicles aren't allowed in the forest
If
via
the
this
Forestry Service
location.
wants to come and tell me that, they're more than
They
welcome.
did, Jim, and we have it on recording. If you have your laptop, and you have to
How
find
do
it.
they make regulations on something they don't know?
Sir, how would I know?
Well, you should know,
It's
you're
federal-
arguing it.
It's federal government.
You should know.
It's their
Hey,
document.
I will settle this
Are you
off.
making the argument that we shouldn't have the road because you drive there?
So-
I mean, we keep forgetting that you all drive there.
It's our house. Can't we drive to our house? The
Yeah,
thing-
you
the-
can drive to your house. Yes.
Please don't yell,
Yes.
Miles. Please don't yell.
But everybody
the
else
thing to
drive on the
understand
road.
is when we had the gate up for 2 years, a forestry put up, there's a sign on
You
it.
said we. We had the gate up.
I said forestry. So that, there's a sign on that gate that said that hikers, horses, or bikes are allowed to go down this road into the national forest, but no motorized vehicles allowed.
Yeah, put it in motion.
For insurance
Well,
reasons,
the-
because
Yeah, so I have to first.
Yeah, absolutely.
But see, we had a cease
Well,
and desist
that,
order.
that might be
But
why,
just got-
but I'm
just got
telling you the
one
way
back from
the
lawyer
national
last week.
forest
She said,
documented
she sent us
See
a
how it
letter
works.
to their lawyer.
law
Their
matters.
lawyer
I mean,
had any ownership or anything, he never responded.
The simple
She
fact
said-
here, folks, is that
So she said we could, should we
it's
proceed.
open. If the county wants to close it for maintenance or whatever, that's up to the county. If the Forest Service wants to stop people at the end of the county road and not let them ride forward back there, then the Forest Service will deal with that. It's not a.
So you're saying telling the county is not enough? They gotta what, come with guns or what? They told the county OVHs are not allowed in the forest.
It's not on the forestry property.
It doesn't matter,
Yes, it
Tommy.
does matter.
It will be.
Let's let the lawyers, let's let all the lawyers.
Let's let the lawyers-
Well, with-
I mean, we're not gonna reach.
Miles, would it help if we sent you the document we're referencing?
Let me just say one thing. We're just beating a dead horse here.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
It's simple as this. If you want to put them on the agenda, let them come and speak, that's between you all and the court. I'm telling you from being the sheriff of the county and what we enforce and what we don't enforce, the simple fact of the matter is that it's a public road. It's owned by the county, evidently with a deed to it, and also it's been used for ever. So you can't, now, the Forest Service, if they have an issue with that, and I'm telling you, if they do, they will bring it to our attention quickly. They'll come and they'll bring it to your attention. And it'll be done, I don't know when it was done before, or if it was or whatever. But I'm telling you, we're wasting all this time here talking about something that there's not going to be resolved. Now, it's not my business whether you all
The
are able
follow-up-
to speak or not.
To follow up on what you said, the Forest Service came and went upstairs, found the deed, and that's when they went down there to open the gate up. And after they saw the deed, they looked at the, all the reports on that. They had their own surveyor come and look at it. And that's why that's the reason they came and opened the gate.
Because that gate wasn't on their line, which is where it could have been.
Exactly.
But I'm saying, that doesn't change the fact.
They had no
Thank you
evidence
for
that
your
they put it
input.
up.
You're good.
I mean,
But-
In fact, they had no evidence. that
But
they put
the
it up.
point here, I mean, for the folks that don't know the history of this.
We know.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, my daughter lives on this property, and she's felt threatened every day of her life. Every day. Every
But
day.
she ain't here. I've never.
Ain't been nobody's door.
No, hell, you.
Sir, let me speak. If you, when I'm done, you may speak.
Say it right.
She's working. She's working for a living,
You know,
saving lives.
Hey, we're
Saving
beating,
lives. She
hey,
does heart
Scott,
surgery.
Scott,
Heart surgery.
Scott, we're beating a dead horse.
I
here.
know. I would like to make a motion.
You can't make a motion.
I would like to ask for a motion to be made.
We're getting ready to make a motion.
I'd like to make a motion that we post it, that it is closed for right now because the county is liable for this people on the road until we get this work done.
I'll second.
We have a motion on the floor. It's been properly second to close Leash Lane Road and put up signs, which will be done immediately tomorrow morning. That road is closed due to maintenance, and it will remain closed until we settle this and we get in there and get the materials to fix it. Our forestry, which I am in conversations with them, and we finish that up. Is there any questions or discussion from the court? There being none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
We need a meeting with the homeowner.
Could we have a motion to put us on the agenda?
You don't have to have a motion.
I don't think that look, we are represented by an attorney. If our attorney and your all's attorney want to meet.
We don't have an attorney involved anymore, Miles. We don't have an attorney.
They send us a letter and they threaten to sue us. You can't just say you don't have an attorney. They would have to send us something saying that they do.
We've never gotten anything
We'll
back.
get that to you tomorrow.
I mean, we all know, look, we all,
Everybody's litigious, it seems like. Okay, so I know that you know what I'm asking for is the truth. If you don't have an attorney, notify us correctly, and we'll act accordingly.
We've never been given a chance to speak. It's just that simple.
You spoke several times.
You've had several times to speak.
The homeowner.
On the agenda, on the agenda.
She was here at that meeting
You've been on Facebook.
with forestry.
You've been here a few times.
She's been in the paper.
How did we all know this meeting was taking place tonight? Did you know? Why didn't she get it? Why didn't she know?
I mean, I've listened
She's
to
on
you.
it. She can't
You've
miss
listened
part
to
of
you.
this meeting. Must be not important.
I know most of them.
Montana, she got with there last summer. I mean, that's a fly back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's doing good work.
Well, this land should be for people that live here. I mean, you live here. It's like, it's great to have a vacation home.
So it's
But
not-
we have
It's not a-
413 people.
This is
that
her
live.
only home.
This is our address. We have no other address. And she has to take a contract a couple months at a time because that is her job.
He's been here the whole time. I
We
mean,
cannot,
this is a part of.
we cannot shut county roads off to certain people and let other people arm. That is legal.
Hey,
It's illegal.
When you have
and
one
I'll back
house,
her up. She's a traveling nurse. They have a schedule that's
Do you know how
crazy.
many people live up a holler? Do you know how many No, you can't shut it off just because you don't want access to it. We're gonna have all the attorneys talk this out. We're gonna do that. Even if they wanted to, I think they would be breaking their oath if they said, we're going to let you do whatever you want with our property. We won't be back over there, have at it.
what,
Because that would be against their oath to protect the assets of Morgan County. So let's just let the attorneys work it. Okay?
well, I would disagree with that, Miles. This court has jurisdiction over everything in this county. And it's not for you to say what's in they have a jurisdiction. They can vote on anything they want.
They can't give away land.
I didn't say give away.
Well, that's what I just said.
I didn't say give away.
Your land now.
I never said give away.
The cease and desist letter is for us to stop using our land. It has nothing to do with your land.
That was for harassment. That's what that was. If we don't want to go there. We don't want to go there.
So you were harassing us with that letter?
No.
That's what you just said.
Well, no, they were getting harassed, Tommy, but thank you for that.
We were getting harassed.
Very clever thought.
By your threats of going, taking our fence out that's been there for 30 years, taking our
Sidewalk out.
sidewalk out and everything. That's the harassment.
The deed states we own 66 feet wide right of way,
Okay.
33 feet from the center.
Okay.
And you're all parking your vehicles in the middle of the road.
For 30 years, you just get to,
Yeah, you can't take out
No,
the structure's been there for
If it's
over
over property,
no,
And a judge
because
says,
it's grandfathered in.
no.
You're ignorant. It's grandfathered in after so many years. If
No,
there's a
that is
structure
not the law.
on your property,
You're speaking about stuff that you have absolutely no understanding.
well, our lawyer
But nothing is
knows that.
grandfathered in Kentucky. If you want to take our land, you have to go to court and
No,
you have to win a
I'm not
court
saying
case.
taking your land. I'm saying
That's adverse possession. That's what you're talking about when you say grandfathered in.
I'm
There is
saying-
no grandfathered in you taking people's land.
So-
That's a court case, and you have yet to win that, sir.
So can a homeowner fly in a week, or are we not?
in,
able to do
in
that?
2 weeks. Actually,
the next
first week of
fiscal
March.
court meeting is what date?
March
Can we get a
March
special
27th.
meeting on this?
Hmm?
Can we have a special meeting on this?
We'll send it. We'll get a letter and we'll send a request for a
I
special
think it needs
meeting.
to go through the attorneys.
Well, we're not going to have an attorney, so we can't go through attorneys. You're saying we have to hire another
It sounds
attorney?
like we're all talking about litigation.
No, I'm talking about giving the fiscal court the
You're-
opportunity.
You're talking,
You have.
Well, what are we discussing that's going to be any different?
Well, the fiscal court hasn't voted on anything relative to this. There's there
Well,
are magistrates here that have a vote.
I'm not going to vote to give that land away.
Can I say one more thing, though? The biggest point that's being missed here is that you don't know what we've had to live through. I know things happen everywhere. I get that. You had your barn or garage broken in. I get that, right? It happens all the time.
Try moving to Canal City.
Okay, I don't want to. I thought,
You want to talk about crime?
listen, we had drugs and drugs and drugs and just people shooting and just all this stuff and vandalism, tearing our signs down, all this stuff before we had any kind of cameras up or anything like that because we didn't know. So you're putting the timeline wrong here. You said, oh, you have all these cameras. Well, it's for a reason, right? And so was the gate for a reason because we reached out for help to the judge executive. We reached out for help because we had all this crime over and over and over again. And in Motley, I have to say, I don't like calling people out, but you did say, and we've had this from other people too, this is one of the most dangerous roads in the county.
Oh my God.
Well, put it this way, there's been a lot of issues.
I said, we've had issues that are there.
Oh boy,
And
it's dangerous road in the county.
did you not say, I don't see any reason for it to be closed, to be open at night, talking about the gate?
I did say that. It wasn't my.
And so if it was a normal road, would you have said that?
Any road that did things like that, I would.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well,
So, you don't know, so this is quality of life.
All right, we've had enough of this. Let's discuss
I'm
something.
telling you right now.
We'll take this up.
Motion to end discussion.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Well, we got some other people want to talk.
Oh,
Man, we got more people sitting here
Yeah,
just
you can
waiting.
make a motion.
You're not the only ones
Discussion, I guess.
making a motion to end this discussion, but I think they're sitting down.
Okay, but I mean, I would like to help you guys understand, but you would have if we wouldn't have canceled that second meeting on the map, on the ability to ride OH vehicles into the national forest, if you own it or not, it doesn't matter.
I understand what
If
you're
that
saying.
is the case, then, those people will tell us.
Bob, I'll send it to you, though. I'll send it to
I'll get it with Michelle. I'll do that.
you. Okay.
I will, Scott.
Thank you, everybody. I'm a dad.
Logan.
That's all I am. So,
Well, you're a good dad. So
I am.
Logan, do something good with it.
I do have a question. If we go in and how's it pay for? That's my concern.
Well, right now we got a lot of donations of pipes and stuff. So well, that's going to
So we won't be adding.
I do think it's, I didn't know somebody standing up, but I do think it's awesome that you all, I know it's not official or anything, but, I mean, that's how local politics work, you know? Everybody knows each other, like, yeah, I know that I don't have IDs and everything, but I recognize a lot of these names, and so.
And I would like to say, I think, I'm not totally sure here, but I say, I thought I heard Jim a little bit ago say that the people did it on themselves. I think I heard that right. I don't think that's true, and I have evidence otherwise. I think it was brought on by Tommy, because I went to the gas station that I heard the petition was at, probably multiple, but I went to one, and the petition that was there, I didn't even ask, I said, do you have a petition? And the lady at the counter said, I do, it's the one about Leisure Branch, that the magistrate brought in. And I have that on recording, which is completely against, that should recuse him from voting, from, it's.
Why?
It's not impartial. Your code of ethics say you should have impartiality.
Well, you do have impartiality, but you can decide on certain.
Against, your constituents.
Well, first of all, I mean, it's hearsay or whatever, but do you think that discounts the people that signed it and what they believe?
I don't know who made those signatures. I don't have ID.
I know you don't. You wouldn't know all these names. I know a lot of these names because I've lived here a long time.
Hey, Miles, ain't that what we supposed to do as a community, and go to our magistrates and say, here, help us with this?
I think it's been done correctly. This is a very small issue that has gotten a lot of traction for some reason.
Because it's not small for us. It's like we're down.
It's our entire life.
You say that, but I've never seen people bully the government before. You're telling us not to use our land. Why will you use our land? It's like saying, give me your lunch money. I'm going to buy some lunch for myself.
It started out, it was a road. In our head, it's a road. We're coming to the county, trying to go through the normal process and say, hey, we need help. Like this is every day for us. We need to track down drugs and all kinds of stuff. We have to go through our system. And none of our stuff got reported. We reported, we called back, and guess what? None of it was in the reporting. So what do we do?
They're adding fuel to the fire. What's going on in the matter of people getting in the air?
So you're saying by letting people do what they did, vandalize our property over and over.
No, they want the road. We're not concerned about it.
I guarantee you, these 413 people don't want the place trashed. So if we see somebody trashing it, I mean, we'll do something about it.
They got those signatures in 2 weeks in 2 stores. They get it 2 more weeks, they can have another one.
Because you should have checked the deed on your property and found out on the title search that there was a road went through there a long more.
Yeah, we owned the property 80 years before they bought their property, so, I mean.
Okay, this discussion's ended. I believe we have somebody else that wants to speak.
Yep.
All right,
I got you a mess.
all right, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us why you're here.
How's that doesn't work?
Think down on the bottom.
There it is.
There we go.
Well, I apologize because this isn't going to be nearly as exciting. No, my name is RV Lockard, back in town after, 20 years away.
Yeah.
Anywho, I just had a quick question regarding, I believe this was brought up at the November meeting. The, what do you call it? Trash disposal proposal that was put up.
November last year?
I think so. I think, or maybe it may not have been in the November meeting. It could have been a November article. But no, I just wondered, when it comes to that facility, that trash facility,
Yeah.
The motion that had been,
You're talking about the waste, all right. Okay.
yeah, the waste, the anaerobic waste management system.
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
So with that, from my understanding from Miranda's article, the proposal was for a study.
Yeah.
And the study was not in favor of, or it
failed to get there was a motion made, but it failed to get a second.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it was for a study. The governor gave us $200,000 and I think they was going to use HB9 to do the other 50,000.
Yeah. So my question was, regardless as to whether the facility exists or comes into existence or not, we get the benefit of that study as the county, and we don't have to pay for it.
Right.
So my question was, can't we just do the study?
That's not guaranteed money.
Oh, yeah, it is. I already got the money.
Just because it don't come out of our account, I mean, where do you think they got their money from?
Whose money? Sorry.
Where do you think that money come from?
Came from Appalachian Regional Commission. $200,000.
They just run it off just like monopoly money. You wouldn't think it come.
Well, that's real money. I mean,
It's real money. It's
Yeah.
real taxpayer money.
Mm-hmm. Correct. So why wouldn't we use it to our
So it
benefit?
ain't free money. Ain't nothing free.
But if it's appropriated already and we can use it to our
Let
benefit,
somebody else have it.
okay. But why wouldn't we benefit Morgan County with the study?
There's a whole lot more to it than what you know.
Go ahead and expound.
Yeah. Such as?
Go ahead and expound.
Bring it back up for discussion again and we will.
Well, yeah, it sounds like that's what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, I know I can't make a motion, but is that proposal at all possible to come up again?
Well, the money, the $200,000 is still there. We're looking to move it to regional and do it regionally at another county, but it's still there. It's still held for us, the $200,000.
So we still have
Yeah, there's still
the money.
$200,000. It hasn't been. It has not been moved out. It's still there.
So I guess that is the crux of my question: is if we have the possibility of doing the study, getting the benefits of the knowledge of the study for the county, regardless as to what that project, if it ever came into fruition, we get the knowledge from that study.
Right.
Why aren't we
Well, that
moving
was one of
forward?
the main reasons for it. The governor gave us that was for the knowledge to learn if it would benefit not just Morgan County but all of Kentucky.
Well, and because it strikes me, anyway, that the knowledge is valuable for multiple reasons.
They're getting ready
not
to build
just
one
for
in
trash
Nashville.
disposal.
They're also getting ready to. I saw where North Carolina is doing one to convert plastics to petroleum. Is that not right? Plastics to diesel in Nashville, North Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, the quality of the actual facility is a whole other topic, but to me, it just seems like if we have the money for the study, why not do the study?
That would be up to the court.
I'm gonna tell you a big reason, I don't care to say it,
Yeah.
everyone's thinking it. This person that was bringing this to the court was in Morgan County in this building at 4 o'clock that day and wouldn't stay to pitch his proposal at 6 o'clock that night.
Because he had to be in another meeting later on.
I would suggest,
Yeah.
if you're interested in that, do some research on that individual and do some research on that company and see what you find out yourself. I mean, really, that's the only thing I know to tell you.
But now,
Doesn't matter.
are you talking about the actual the waste management facility?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And again, for me, I understand that the facility and the study kind of go hand in hand, but the study seems to me like would be a great starting point regardless as to whether or not the facility guy comes back, because we would get the benefit of the knowledge for the county in the hopes of hopefully figuring out a better way to dispose of our trash. But the two, in my mind, yes, they can go hand in hand, but if we have the potential to have a study done to let us know more about the geographic notions of our county and what would work here in the future, it doesn't have to be related to that particular company or that fellow that didn't stay till 6.
That's correct assumption.
That was based on that company, that person, all that. That night was all based on that.
Yes, and that individual was from Pike County, and, why didn't that go to Pike County?
Because they already have a landfill. They didn't want to do it.
Yeah,
I
but
talked to them.
to do that.
They have a landfill, they didn't want to touch it.
Land up there.
Right.
And it just,
Well, and also,
and I talked to him on the phone, sounded like a good idea, but when he was not here, I thought, that.
It's a big red flag.
Yeah, well, that was kind of.
I get that. I get that. But
That's
at
one
the
of many
same
red
time,
flags.
what it seems like is there's a project that can exist
Well, that bothered me too, but.
that
Yeah.
all
if he'd have
these
stayed
all these
and talked
places
to
that the
everybody,
proposition is
Europe
coming
next
up
morning.
is just kicking it to someone else because they don't want to be the
I mean, it's
first.
just like these gentlemen here. They could stay at home and not really gave what they're fighting for.
If you want, like Eric says, if you want to talk to him, I'll get you in touch with him, and you can talk to him and do your study and see what you think and get with him, and we'll go from there. Will that work for you?
Yeah,
I
that
think
works.
Eric had the best suggestion.
Yeah, I was just curious as to, regardless of the project,
Yeah,
it just seemed like since we had the money for the study, might as well get
yeah,
the
the
study
money's still
done.
there.
I guess it was a different company, different people. They were just a red flag there. Because like I said, I talked to him before I come over here, and then I got here and he was gone.
As the old saying goes, don't buy a pig in a poke.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Don't buy a pig in a
But I mean,
poke.
since we have the money appropriated for the study, it just seemed like,
How long have you been back here?
since August,
Was you born here?
Frankfurt actually.
Right. This thing, what can it consume? 7,000 tons a day?
Something like that, yeah. Up to.
So something you might want to think about before you get to jump on the horse. 7,000 ton a day. All right, you take the lightest truck out there, just a plain old day cab truck, can haul about 18 ton. So you do the math on how many trucks is going to be thrown on these roads. Not counting what's recyclable and hauling back out, which would be a quarter or more at least. You got to think of the impact of all of it. Not just it sounds good to get rid of garbage for free.
Well, actually,
And
it's going
you-
back out.
You're not looking at no jobs.
And that's,
Yes, you are looking at
Again.
jobs. You're absolutely wrong on that. You were looking at 50 jobs.
again.
I don't believe
that-
it.
Well,
There's no way.
how would you know that without the study?
How many landfills have you been to? Well, I know it's
It's
not a
not a
landfill.
landfill.
It's not a landfill. Oh, it's not a landfill.
Well, you're really something else, man. I tell you. It's not a
You're
landfill.
not from here either, and it shows. And everybody else sees it. Jack,
I'm not from here.
You're not from here.
I was born and raised in Eastern Kentucky.
You was. You wasn't born from Morgantown.
But see, you're kind of a little bit of a racist there.
I am. after I see how you are and what you stand for.
Woo, boy. What I stand for is bringing jobs into Kentucky. It's fine for you. It's fine for you to have your.
I think you did outdo the last ones.
You did outdo the last ones. You did.
I know, I'm sorry.
So it's fine for you to have a job. Everybody else is looking for a job. It's not. So everybody else is chasing the almighty dollar, but
My
you're not.
point isn't even.
Yeah,
You're chasing
looking about 6 jobs.
Anyway.
6 jobs.
RV.
You don't know what you're
Where's
talking
one
about.
at?
You don't even know what you're talking about. They're building one in Louisville.
What
Go over and
trash
look at
was
it.
in Morgan
Let's
County
get her up around.
was due a quarter of a day. And that's total whack.
You don't know what you're talking about,
It'd be
Edwin.
coming from New York, it'd be coming in from
As usual.
everywhere to come into this. Anywhere it goes, it don't matter where it goes. That's
But
what
again,
it.
regardless of facility, no facility.
Yeah.
To me, it just seems like the benefit of the knowledge of the study is worth a yes.
If the guy would came in and just laid it all out,
The more knowledge, the better.
the more knowledge.
That's, because facility or no facility, that's not kind of what I was interested in. It's just, it seemed like there was an opportunity for a study to be done locally to figure out more about our own county. And I just thought that sounded like a good idea. But
That's $250,000 of taxpayers' money going into someone's pocket for what? I mean, and you know what I'm saying.
I know, I get
You know
it,
what
I
I'm
get
saying.
it. But, I just,
Leroy hit the nail on the head. I mean, that's a lot of money. That's, if another county does it, wish them the best. I hope it works out.
But I don't think we would even want it. I mean, if they build it and it come here, people would wish they'd never seen it. I got a little bit of knowledge of this. I've seen it happen in other towns. They tarp them trucks. Do you think it all stays in when it's going down the road?
they do what now?
Do you think all that stays in them trucks as they're going down the road? Absolutely not.
Kind of like the ones that's driving all our roads right now.
The trucks sit onto the
Oh,
road.
and see, coming back to that, I still, I'm not as concerned about the facility.
It's all over our roads right now. That's something else we need to discuss.
We gotta make them start targeting that.
So,
Yes.
that's all I.
So you guys agree with that?
I'd say they're losing more.
Donnie, you agree with that starting tarp trucks? You agree with that starting tarp trucks?
We're gonna have to.
It's all over the place.
We're just trying to scattered everywhere.
Yes.
And I wish
Yes,
we could
thanks.
figure out a better way to keep it open longer on Saturdays and
Yeah.
through the week.
Yeah.
If we have to close it. But yeah,
When we get the, next, we'll put that on the agenda for next month to discuss tarpon trucks, 'cause I think that's something.
Yeah.
We talked about it before, we
They
just
wanna
need to
come
do
in
it.
and talk about it. Sure.
Yeah, we just-
You have to do that by ordinance.
Yeah, we'd have to do it, yeah.
Update our ordinance.
We'd have to do it by ordinance.
I think it's a good idea.
We just have to update it. That ordinance needs to be updated. So,
That's exactly.
hey, we already got the committee established with you and Tommy and Chris Adams and Randall. So you guys can get together and we'll come up with an ordinance and bring it next month. All right?
Yeah, 'cause it's everywhere.
Yeah, trash is it's getting worse and worse. All right. Anybody else to come before the court?
Jim, if this benefits the county, why wouldn't anybody want it?
What's that? What are you talking about?
The garbage.
The garbage?
I mean, if it benefits this county, why wouldn't anybody want it? Don't make no sense.
Did you hear any of it? Turn them up.
I've got them up. I've heard a few plenty.
That's a good point. But we'd have to do the study first, and then the court doesn't want to do the study.
Hey, Jim.
Yes, sir.
I apologize. I forgot something. That's
All right, that's all fine. Go ahead.
Thank you. Well, there's two things. One I already said that
Yeah.
we also discovered, this is the kind of report that in August of 2009, this very fiscal court passed an ordinance prohibiting OHV vehicles on Lee's and Paragon Road.
We looked into that, and we asked the county clerk, and he said he cannot find that. He said it was brought up, but it wasn't passed.
Well, it was passed. We have a witness, and we also have a.
Do you have the document?
We have a newspaper article, and we have a witness. That's
All right.
needed. So.
Because the county clerk's telling me it wasn't. In fact, I sent him an email today to get that. I sent it to the attorney and to the county clerk asking him to give me that right in the back and writing that it's not, because we had a verbal, but he's never given it to me
Well, what was
writing.
interesting is in the folders of all your fiscal meetings, is they
Yeah.
were all there in your folders.
Yeah, did you
Except
see
for
it?
that one, it was missing, and then behind that was all different.
I'd like to clarify too, we found
Yeah.
an old forestry sign that was weathered and, one of the fiberglass ones that were back in there when I was
Yeah.
in the trash. It was one of the, the ones they stick in the ground, the brown ones. And,
Yeah.
You could still read it, and it said, beyond this point, it was right where forestry starts. No motorized vehicles, no
Yeah,
horses.
yeah, I know, I've seen them before, yeah.
So my question is, like, it kind of adds up, right? That's just evidence. I mean,
Yeah, I know, I understand that.
So, I mean, I know it's not conclusive, but it's something. It's like they at one
Did
time.
you say it was missing out of the book up there?
So,
That was the only one missing.
we've requested records for that, not John's.
Yeah, that one up there,
Two
we
months
went,
ago, you requested that.
yeah, and we couldn't give it because we couldn't find nothing.
That's interesting. But I want to go back to my.
Hey, yeah, that's up there in the county clerk's office. I don't go up there.
Well, when they told them,
Landfill down there.
it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Here's my last ask, and I apologize for taking everybody's time so much.
That's all right, so
Making a request for a special meeting on either next Thursday or the end of March for this subject with my daughter here.
She's willing to fly home. This affects everything. I mean, you guys may not realize this, but that place became completely unlivable. I mean, I know you think that's a joke, but you didn't live there. And she's, on the verge of having to sell, move away from her own father, and this is what we're dealing with. And all she's asking for is just to have her voice heard as the homeowner, and that's all we want. I know it'll probably get shot down.
We just have a motion, please.
Can we just do it in the next regular court meeting?
is she gonna be in town on the 27th?
27th of
March.
right? Yeah.
Tell her to come. She's more than welcome to come here. I'll let you guys speak while we're not letting her speak.
So what if something happens, the meeting gets canceled, and make it a special? Put her on the agenda then?
Yeah, we'll do a special, put her on the agenda. If that meeting gets canceled, she will be on the special.
But she has to fly. I mean, she's already spent thousands for the last meeting and had to fly back.
Yeah.
Losing money from the job and.
What was
We should
March
be back in
27th
time.
or something that's going on?
You try to have somebody from forestry here to represent.
Yeah, we'll have somebody from the forestry here too.
We'll be coming back for a master conference.
Yeah, we'll be back in time for
Is there a master conference in there?
Yeah, we'll be back.
I mean, at some point, we're gonna have to deal with 50 feet. I mean, it's my legal advice that at some point we survey this out and file for the return of all 66 feet. Y'all know that. Y'all
Yeah.
take an oath to protect Morgan County property. So no matter what else you do, we should protect our land, whatever
Well,
choice you
We'll
have.
get the county surveyor involved too.
Motors, motor vehicles, access or whatever. The voters are paying attention. I'm paying attention. There's an election next year. So, you have an obligation to do what's right and to treat everybody the same. You can't treat this person with their own private driveway and this person not. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, anything else, guys?
No, thank you.
All right. Thank you. Anybody else got anything to come forward? No?
Can I make, sorry, is there any way we can guarantee she won't fly back, for the meeting and then have it canceled or for any reason? I mean, I just don't want her to waste another couple thousand getting here, that's all.
Well, one of the meeting's on the 27th. I mean, I can't predict what's going to happen between now and then. I mean, if we can try to keep it, is she going to fly back for that whole week?
Probably just a few days, that's about all she can get.
So what, the flying on the 25th or 26th, go to the meeting on the 27th and fly out on the 28th? So we can move the meeting around somewhere in that time frame, those 3 days.
But it won't be like canceled.
We can't do it. We can't do it. No, it won't be canceled at the last minute. I mean, unless a weather event or something like that comes up, we don't cancel these things unless we absolutely have to.
And
I
who's
mean,
gonna,
let me look at my calendar.
and you said the gate's gonna be closed until then, whose action is that physically?
The gate's not gonna be closed, we're just gonna put a sign up.
We're just gonna put the
Road's
sign
closed to through traffic.
Close it through traffic, so nobody can get through there. And that'll take care of the safety aspect of it for you guys and for the county's liability. Guys, check your calendars, make sure everything If there's nothing,
We'll be at that conference.
And can we kind of guarantee, at least until she gets to speak, that you're not just gonna come rip out our property and fence the sidewalk that's been there for years? I mean, can we at least
I ain't
say that?
gonna rip out your side.
I mean, because we've had these threats, that's the
I'm not ripping out those sidewalk and
I
fences.
mean, but we've been told, this is the problem, we've been told that they're gonna come through, rip out everything we have within a certain amount
The
of.
only thing I wanna do is go down there and put a culvert in, put a pipe on and that, and we've got donations to do that and make that safe again. And that's the only thing I'm really wanting to do right now. I wanna close that road for maintenance until then, so nobody can go in there. And until we get this, cause right now, people going down there, somebody can get hurt, it's a liability for the county. Plus they're going up on your land to go around it, and so I want to stop that. So I'll put that, close it till maintenance is done, until we have to wait.
Stop, Jim, you can go up around that door.
Can't go up around it no more.
Yeah, they fenced it off.
Alright,
They, God forbid anybody goes on their land.
Well, right, because that's a liability.
Well,
It should be good.
Well, that's a lie, it is, I agree, it's a liability.
You're gonna seriously sit here and accuse me of protecting our own land and our liability from getting sued, that's disgusting. I mean.
Aren't you doing that to us?
No, we're asking for those marks. Let's just.
I know, that's
Let's just stop. All right, everybody checking your calendar, let's make sure that we're all gonna be here on the 27th of March.
Regular meeting.
Yeah, that's a regular Thursday. Oh, yeah,
I mean,
I got nothing else going on that day. That's just another day after chemo for me, so. Anything else? Did everybody get to that date? And you guys will be back in time, right? Who all's going to the conference? You, all three of you? You, all right. Okay. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
A motion on the floor, we probably second to adjourn. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Thank everyone for coming out. Be safe getting home.